You touched on like a gardening aspect, so I love this idea of, and you hear authors talking about this as well. Are they architects or are they gardeners? You know, like, do they flesh out like the whole whole story, like all the plot points, all the characters, and then you fill in the dialogue and all the stuff and all the little machinations of everything? Or do you just garden, or you say like, I kind of know where I'm going, but I'm just going to garden my way there? You know what I mean? Because if you have a garden, like, it's not just, oh, that tree's going to look great right now. It's like, that tree's going to look crap for 3 years, and you're going to have to like trim it to make it look good. And you have to keep in your head all the different plants are going to grow, and you have to know what they're going to look like in 3 years, you know what I mean, over time. So would you characterize yourself as like an architect, like you or a gardener, painter, you know, or artist?
Yeah, well, interesting. If I had to compare my art to gardening, I don't know if this is a bit of a cop-out, but I'd like to say it kind of straddles the line of both.
No, that's fine. It's legitimate, of course, you know.
Yeah. If you had to say, well, what you're making me think of is formal and informal gardening. Is that kind of what you mean with? Okay, I didn't quite understand what you're saying.
Are you going to plan out like, okay, I want this, like, I want this, like, do you create structure and like themes and everything, and then you fill it in?
Yeah.
Or are you like,
well,
does
then
it morph over time?
It would then be definitely straddling both lines, and I think that I would be more of the the gardener in the beginning, where I'm just kind of letting these rough imagery sort of float through and not really minding where things end up. But when it comes to the end of the painting, I'm like hardcore architecture, making sure each thing is like where it needs to be, and it actually gets a bit intensely formal. And like I sometimes worry that I'm not breaking out of, I don't know, like I'm not breaking free. I'm like getting really hectic and like to pinpoint accuracy with my stuff.
That's very interesting. I mean, I don't think that's so bad. In the beginning, it's time for exploration, and then you can sort of like, if you think about, you know, your early 20s is a time for like exploration, and then you specialize and specialize and specialize, not as an artist, but as anyone, as someone in any career, whatever. That makes sense. Like as you paint yourself into a corner kind of thing, you know, as you progress with the piece.
As the work goes.
But in the beginning, it's like totally open, like blank canvas.
Yeah, I guess it is, and it's rough. It's rough, and then I allow it, and I feel like I'm good at allowing it to be rough, and then when it needs to get more rounded off, then I get very technical. But I guess you have to watch out that you don't overwork your pieces. Like that could be an issue when it comes to being too technical. You need to know when to stop, and if an accidental splash is perfect, you need to know that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, and not change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.